Welcome and thank you very much for checking out my review of Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, directed by Kathy Ann and starring once again Margot Robbie. And after splitting up with the Joker, Harley joins others to protect a young girl from the nefarious villain Roman Sionis as he tries to turn the city upside down looking for her. Now I'm going to start with the most obvious statement of the century, which I'm sure everyone else has done so far. This is not a Birds of Prey movie, this is a Harley Quinn movie. It was obvious from the trailers, this is her story, and the other characters are there. It was really obvious that this was a Harley Quinn movie with a bunch of confetti around it. And as far as that is concerned, they do a great job. This is a great arc for Harley. It's definitely her movie. Not only does she tell this story through her own point of view, but a lot of how the movie is presented feels like you're in her head. The movie goes back and forth explaining several blanks that might be missing from information at certain points for you to get a clear head on what is going on, and that is very clear a Harley move. And I loved her in this film. She's unhinged, she's psychotic, she's everything you expect Harley Quinn to be. She's even better than she was in Suicide Squad, and I thought she was easily the best part of that film. Margot Robbie doesn't disappoint in this role. Again, she is tremendous in this role. She was born to play it. My favorite actress playing my favorite female comic book character of all time. It's a match made in heaven. I was happy in every moment that she was on camera. I also think Kathy Ann does a great job at directing, especially action. The action sequences in this film are fantastic. A lot of wides, little cuts, camera moves around to be creative and innovative and invigorating as you watch it. It's extremely engaging. And the cinematography and color palettes as well. This film is vibing with color. It's brimming out of the screen. It explodes into your face and it's extremely pleasant to watch. This film visually is extremely fun and entertaining, creative. I never was bored at what I was seeing. That being said, narratively, this is a very convoluted film. As I alluded, this is a Harley Quinn film and nothing else. And that is one of the biggest problems in this film. No one else has that much character. Maybe I'll say that Roman Sionis has a little bit of character, and I refuse to call him Black Mask because that's not Black Mask, that's a guy who wears a black mask. And yes, I know this character from the comics, and I never have a problem with creators changing from the source material a little bit of the characters for adaptation's sake. For instance, I have no problem with a version of the Cassandra Cain character that is presented in this film, because it doesn't change fundamentally who that character is in the comics. As far as Black Mask is concerned, this is not Black Mask. That is one of the problems that I have with him, but it's really the most minor of problems. So going back to what I was talking about, Black Mask is maybe the second most developed character, I'll guess I use those terms, but no one else really is. You're never given that much to care for any of these characters. Not Black Canary, not Huntress, not Renee Montoya. So you're left throughout the film to hang on to Harley, even calling this film Birds of Prey. The Birds of Prey as a unit don't really come together until very well into the third act of the film, which is disappointing. As I've also alluded previously, this film goes back and forth a lot, and that creates for a very jumbled narrative because, again, you're being told this story through Harley's point of view, but that also creates another problem, which is very excessive narration. You could almost feel like you're in her head, in her mindset, and you're kind of feeling as psychotic as she does and unhinged, but it doesn't really help to create a fluid and very clear narrative. It only makes things messier, and that doesn't create for the best presentation in your film. There's also a problem when it comes to plot and the story, because story is what your film is really about. Plot is the sequence of events, the events that happen within your story. And this is a great story for Harley and no one else. At the same time, it's very heavy plot-wise, and literally this film is about a girl who steals the diamond from a wrong guy, and then everyone is after her. So it's fairly simple. And because of all those problems coming together, it feels dull and boring a lot of the times. I was never bored visually, but what was actually happening, I wasn't engaged at all apart from the Harley character. and that's really it. Everyone else, I think, does a fine job. Ewan McGregor is fittingly over the top in this role, which is also very confusing at what this character actually was. He was menacing, but then he was funny sometimes. He actually has some of the best jokes in this film, but the whole film sometimes feels confused because it is clearly a Harley movie. It wants to be a Harley movie, but it also has all these things happening around it, and I don't think it was very engaged in all of those things, so I couldn't be engaged in all those things. While Birds of Prey has vibrancy, anarchy, and balls to spare, it's messy, it has a middle section that drags a lot, and I could only really care for one character. I'm giving Birds of Prey a C. Now, what did you think about Birds of Prey, my beautiful geekies? Let me know in the comments below. A lot of other people are loving it. I hope you love it. I hope it's one of your favorite movies in the DCEU. Let me know how you rank the movies in the DCEU in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. You are the best. I hope to see you in many more reviews coming soon this week. We got the Oscars coming. I'll have my final preview on who should and who will win and who do I think should have been nominated for some of the categories. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much. And so until the next video, stay beautiful, stay geeky, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video because it really helps you out. But most importantly, above everything else, forever and always, love each other and love the movies.